Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome to another video. This is a pretty excited one. We are about to enter the seeking of Laylatul Qadr soon, inshallah. And so what I wanted to do was for week 3 and week 4, share with you this vision building exercise that I did 4 years back with my membership club. So I have edited it for you. This is part 1. Grab a pen, a journal, and let's do the work before we enter the last 10 days.
Purpose of this recording is actually to help you go through the building a vision challenge because it's not live. We did it live already. So now I'm just walking you through. And also because I'm going to redo it myself. Okay, so I'm going to walk you along with me. And we're going to redo it together. So what you're seeing right now is the community of the membership club. It's all the posts that I've been walking the sisters along the challenge. So I'm going to scroll down to day 1. So we're going to start from this one. Okay. So you can always pause the recording, come back 2 days later, and then do the next step. So Bismillah, we have begun. So the coaching challenge is 7 days. Day 1 and day 2, this is what's happening. This is the scenario for you. You woke up, you looked at yourself in the mirror, and you realize you're now 80 years old. You are 80 years old. You have to embody this. You are 80 years old. MashaAllah, Alhamdulillah. Now you're looking back at your life and thinking, what have I accomplished? Am I proud of what I did? Have I done my best? Taking advantage of my youth before my old age. Have I done my best taking advantage of my youth before my old age? A good thing to do, and this is what I wrote down. I'm 80 years old because it's asking me for the milestones, right, of the past life. So I'm 80 years old from my age right now. So write down your age right now to 80 years old. And then we're going to list the milestones that you want to see as if they've already happened, because you're just looking back. It's already happened. Here are some additional questions for you to assist you further. Did I stay true to myself? If so, how? How did I care for myself? How did I stay true to myself, and how did I care for myself? I stay true to myself by making dua, by seeking the pleasure of Allah alone, so that I don't worry about, these people are going to think this way about me, and these people are going to think that way about me. And so how did I care for myself? I cared for myself by doing that, by doing the self-coaching, by making the dua, by having positive thoughts of my maker and of myself, by being compassionate towards myself. Also, you can look at different life areas. So you can break it down by life areas. I'm going to do by life areas. It's going to be a little bit more organized that way. So I have Deen as number 1. So what do I see? What are the milestones that I see for my Deen? So for me, fluent in Arabic. Ijaza in Tajweed. Hajj and Umrah several times. I'm going to put in parentheses 10 times at least. So that would be like 10 years, right?
I'm interrupting here because it is truly amazing. I did this exercise with the membership club 4 years ago, and at the time I was working on my ijazah, but I had not yet received it. I had not even started the intensive Arabic program, almost 3 year that I did, that I just completed a few months ago. I had not gone to Hajj. I actually would go to Hajj the following year. I had not gone to Umrah, and actually would go, so in those 4 years, I've been to Umrah twice. And it's just really, really, really amazingly beautiful to see how when you have clarity of vision and Allah aids you because, it's part of your du'as, it's part of what you ask Allah for, and then you take the means. It's just really amazing to see the progress, and all I can say is Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. So take this exercise seriously.
Write down what it is for you, okay? You can pause the recording and write down what it is for you. Under marriage, what are some of the milestones under marriage? Under marriage, I'm sorry, I'm still writing under D, actually. Okay. Because some things came up and I wanted to make sure I wrote them down. Okay, so under marriage, I'm 80 years old. What are some of the milestones? But I'm just going to say husband, loves being in my company. That's a milestone. He just loves to stay with me, be with me, talk to me, pick my brain, discuss, get my ideas, spend time with me. And that's something that, to me, it would be a milestone to what I would like to achieve in my marriage. Mashallah. Kids. Okay. So what are some milestones for you with the kids? This is beautiful. Just seeing all the things that I want to see is so beautiful. So I hope you're doing it too. Okay, so we were on kids. We can move on to, and you can, if you're not done, you can go back and finish it, but at least have a good start on it. Family, so extended family, that includes parents, right? So milestone for me would be mom taking Shahada.
Please make sure to pause the recording because on this one, I'm not posting the entire, it was an hour and 11, it was over an hour. Okay. This exercise. So I did cut and fast forward and edit it. So pause and take your time for each area.
No, my pen stops working. Let's get another one. Other. It's gonna be interesting for me to say this, but it's it's something that I would want to see, because everybody is gonna taste death. If I'm alive at 80 years old, my parents had me a little bit later in life, so my mom had me when she was 37, 36 or 37. And my dad is around the same age. So if I'm 80 years old, then they would be about 110, almost 120, close to 120, right? And so, so what I'm trying to say is that they probably most likely would have returned to their Lord. And so what would be a milestone for me in that? What would be something that I would want to see? And so I would want them to have a peaceful death upon La ilaha illallah. And that would be a milestone for me. So just to let you know a little bit of what I'm writing down. So that is, I still have some things on the family, career. So for me, that's Al-An for you. Legacy, for me, it's one and the same. So I'm going to put career and legacy. Okay. Health, physical, emotional, mental, spiritual. Yeah, I already wrote 2 pages. Probably can't see it. Turn the page. We have health. Okay. That's a big one for me. It's really a big one. That's why it's on my visual board. On my vision board, because it really is a big one for me. Physical. If you have health, you have wealth. You really do. I just did physical health. I'm moving on to emotional. Mental, same thing. So for me, emotional and mental is going to be under the same. And spiritual too. Can write down on the spiritual. Okay, let's move on to finances. Finances. Debt free is my milestone, and I'm not far from that. So Alhamdulillah, come such a long way. I come from a situation where I couldn't even sleep. I would wake up in the middle of the night because I had so many debts and didn't know how I was going to pay all the bills. And so to be so close to being debt free is just an amazing experience. So debt free is definitely a milestone. One is investments. Okay, let's move on to social. So I'm not going to do personal growth because that is kind of what I We're down under health, and this is what I wrote down under deen, and even under career. So personal growth, I don't have to have a section separate from that, but you can if you want. You can. Going back to see if I didn't forget anything. Under deen, I do want to add something else. All right, I have everything now. Okay. All right, so now this is the what, okay, sisters, this is the what. So you got this, bi'idhnillah, alhamdulillah. Now we are going to, so this is something that definitely, you probably saw me maybe looking at some things on the side because I had some notes, right? I had some notes that I wrote down over the years, and they're still the same pretty much. I've been doing this for a while, so they pretty much the same things, like they really are. They really are. So I have a new journal. So I was just basically answering them in that journal because I'm going to be looking at these pretty often because it has to stay. It has to stay on your forefront. The vision board is going to help you. It is going to help you have it in front of you, but definitely this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a picture of my vision board, but let's move on to day 3.